So Seth Rogen testified before Congress about Alzheimer's disease. 18 senators were supposed to be there, only 2 showed up. He tweeted a photo of the empty chairs and wrote all those empty seats that senators who are not prioritizing Alzheimer's. That tweet became the most viewed video on C-SPAN that year. The comedian said he was begging for help and a lot of people didn't show up. That was 2014. Over a decade later, I can tell you almost nothing has changed. Medicare still doesn't cover memory care. There's still no cure. Families are going bankrupt trying to keep their parents alive. Seth was there in the first place because his wife Lauren's mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at early onset at 55. Not 75, but 55. She forgot how to speak, forgot how to feed herself, how to dress herself, all by age 60. Lauren's grandmother had Alzheimer's, grandfather had Alzheimer's. Multiple generations of the women with the same disease. And Lauren was 25 in the first year of the relationship with Seth when when their mom was diagnosed. Adele died in February 2020 at just over 60-something years old. And Seth said something in his testimony I think about all the time. He said Americans whisper the word Alzheimer's because the government whispers it. He said it needs to be yelled and screamed to the point where it's impossible to ignore. Then he started one of the most effective Alzheimer's nonprofits in the country. Hilarity for Charity has raised over $20 million. They've funded more than 400,000 hours of free in-home care for families who can't afford it. They even made a documentary about it. They've created a brain health curriculum for high school and college students. This is a Hollywood guy that many people just thought was a stoner comedian who's actually bringing this up in Senate. Alzheimer's is now becoming the most expensive disease in America. It costs more than cancer or heart disease. This year it'll be over $160 billion. The government is still treating it like a footnote. Why is that? Why does a comedian have to go to Congress and beg people for money and the government isn't doing anything about it? He said Alzheimer's just isn't a cool disease. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to fund it. If you're taking care of a parent with this disease, I want you to know that the empty seats in Senate are not your fault. The system has failed you long before you walked into this. But the fact that you showed up for your parent when the government didn't, that's the most important thing anyone could have ever done, even if nobody claps.